Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith once again with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up for us before we get started. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way, you'll be notified when a new video comes out. So, we're going to wrap up this particular Monday session. We've had two sessions or two videos in the series thus far. This will be the third, and we're going to wrap it up. The first one, we started out with 400, and we ended up somewhere around 218, I think it was. Then the second one, we started out with that 218, and we turned it into what was originally like 620 something or whatever, but I underpaid myself, so it ended up being 676. So that's what we're going to start out with here. We'll get to that in just a minute. But yeah, it's from 400 to question mark, building a bankroll or something like that. So this is video 3 of the Monday series, the first series in, I don't know, in what may continue to go on, or I may just go back to doing like different strategies on Mondays and Thursdays rather than running a series on Monday. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want me to run series like that where we kind of do, say, 2 to 5 episodes, on subsequent Mondays, I'll do that. I mean, that's fine. I was just trying to kind of break it up a little bit and do something different rather than just do 3 in a row, Monday, Thursday, Monday. I figured I'd just do it on Mondays and call it the Monday sessions. Anyway. All right. So, before we get into that, I'd like to thank our two partners. First of all, PokerChipMania.com. They are a small business, but they carry everything you need for a real casino feel at home. They have these clay chips here. They also carry ceramic chips, very authentic casino chips. They have the composite chips, which are the striped dice like I have here. Let's see. They also have 19 millimeter dice. They've got chip racks, and cases that carry those chip racks. They've also got different tabletops for poker, blackjack, and they have some roulette supplies. If you don't see something, or if you want maybe something custom, they're super responsive. Just send them an email. They're easy to work with. And for my viewers, they've given us a code to use at checkout. You get 10% off if you use CrapsTX10 at checkout. PokerChipMania.com. I'll spit it out eventually. Upgrade your game room with some quality gear. All right, moving on. We have next gripmats.etsy.com. The makers of the deluxe craps mat I use right here. They also have some mats for poker, blackjack, and baccarat, plus a huge lineup of different themed designs. They have Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Dune, Lord of the Rings, Hero Quest. They have chess and checkers and backgammon. They also make some desk mats. They have some wood pattern mats. They do custom shapes, and they have travel and storage options. The mats are water resistant, spills beat up and wipe clean with a microfiber cloth. Also a small business. They run rotating percentage off sales, and they're great about custom orders. Just reach out to them over at gripmats.etsy.com. Quality mats that stay flat, grip the table, and hold up over time. Links for both are in the description below. Also, check out the description for some other affiliate links that I have down there and ways to support the channel. It all helps me keep the channel moving forward. And just a little heads up, I think I've been teasing this for a while, but we got some Craps TX merch coming soon. I've just had a couple of different companies that I went through, and they couldn't quite do what I wanted to do, so I think I may have found one, and we're going to check out what they've got. I'm going to wait for a sample to come in, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's get into this Monday series, the from 400 to question mark. We're going to start this session with 676, which is a correction from the underpayment of session 2. So we got 400, 5, 6, 25, 50, 60, 65, 75, and 76. Had to stop and think. I just had to sit here and count it out, so I should know what it was, right? Anyway, so we haven't been playing any particular strategy. We've just kind of done whatever, like 66 inside, and then if we run into some cold table issues, we'd switch over to a cold table strategy. We haven't done the ATS yet, anything yet. Honestly, right now, you should walk away. If you've turned 400 into 676, you should just walk away. No reason to throw more money out there on the table, unless you're just wanting to stay at the table and it's money that you're fine losing. So if you got that kind of money, I need to borrow a little bit. Anyway, so we'll get started, and I'm just going to probably go with more of a conservative type strategy since we are ahead. But like I said last session, I did want to include some ATS bets in there, and I think I've got it set up to where you can see those. So we'll do that this time. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and throw out a nickel and do a 2-1-2 on that. Before we get started, you got to place that bet before the dice roll. And I'll go ahead and get a set of dice. I'll be the shooter, every third shooter, as long as I can remember. And there is a 5-3-8. We'll throw that. We may play some of this over here too. I know they're kind of prop bets, and you really shouldn't throw your money away on them. But if we're going to be going slow rolling in here, we might pick up some of these prop bets. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? We might start out just doing like the 66. Let's go. Quit talking and start chunking. All right, 617. So we're going to lose our ATS. So they'll ask you if you want to stay in. Throw another nickel. So already down $10. Well, down 5, invested 10. 628. All right, so 8 is going to be our point. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do the 66 for now. So there is 50, 65, and 6. Dealer set me up 66 inside. And they'll do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got 1 too many. 1, 2, and 3. And there is the $3 cap on the 6 and 8. So you got 15, 18, 18, 15. We got our $5 over here. So we're $71 in. 76 if you want to count the loss that we've had already. I'll go ahead and just throw $1. No, matter of fact, I'll throw $2. I'll go hard 4, hard 10. That way, if we hit that, we can pick up the 4 and 10 up here. Dice out. So we're what, 76, 80, 70, 80. We're right at 80. All right, so we have a 6. Matter of fact, we got to hit that 8 right there, and then the 6. 18 is going to pay 21. We will do a collect on this first bet. We're going to kind of play it a little conservative. We'll do a collect and press. We may not do a full press. May just do a half press or something like that. There's a 639 here. We'll get a chance to do it right now. There's 15 that's going to pay 21. I will say, dealer, press my 8 and 6 up by $6. So we'll have to throw in $1 from our rack over here, and then we'll rack $10. All right. So we're now at 24 each on the 6 and 8. And we're playing the Monday sessions. Session 3, the last in this particular series. There's a 6, 4, 10. We're going to lose that $2 there on the hard 10. Hard 10 back. Throw it at that stick man. I feel sorry for the stick person, because they're catching all these chips that are flying at them, but that's the way they want it, I guess. And a 437. So we are done, and we're going to lose all of those. So what do we end up with? What, $30 there? Not quite what we had invested in this round, or this shooter, but I don't know. You don't even have to look at it as an investment. I'm going to throw a nickel in for the next ATS. That way I can just leave that there. I didn't even push those other numbers up, did I? I think I hit a 9. Yeah, anyway. Not like we were close. Just got to remember to do it this time. All right. That's our nickel for our 2-1-2. And let's get a set of dice. This is shooter number 2. Like I said, I'll be shooter number 3, and I'll play the pass or don't pass, just depending on how I feel. We'll take the box cards there. All right, we are coming out. Dice are out. There is a 5-3-8. You gotta remember to do this first. That way I can get it out of the way. So 8 is our point. Again with the 66. Let's just see what we have here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's get us another single here. There's 5 for 5. And we'll finish up the 3 and 3 on the 6 and 8. There's our 66. Got that. I only have $3. I mean, I can get change here. I'll play the 2 and 2 on there. So there's a quarter, and I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, our Amazon package is here. In case you heard the little chime go off over there. So there's one more dollar on there. I've got 2 and 2 on the hard 4, hard 10. All right, dice are out. 314. All right, immediately we're going to lose that 4. Dealer asks if you want it back, or you just throw the chips out there. Hard 4 back. So we got that, and move that up. All right, okay, dice out. 415. All right, move the 5 up first. There. All right, 15 is going to pay 21. We'll just do same bet. Get a little collection going. We'll do collect and press for now. Dice out. 314. Again, we're going to lose the 4, the hard 4. And we probably don't have, oh, we do have $2. All right, so $2, hard 4 back, please. Dice out. There's a 6-5. Yo. 11. Oh, let's move it up. Nothing on that. And there's a 12. Midnight. All the spots and dots we got. That is good for the bonus. You're required to say that when you get a 2 or a 12. And a 6-5 yo right back. That's 3 horn numbers in a row. See a horn, bet a horn, bet a horn. Matterhorn. There is a 516. All right, let's move the 6 up. And 18 is going to pay 21. Dealer press my 6 and 8 up by $6. So there's that. There's that. And we'll get $1 and throw that on there. So we now have 24 and 24 on our 6 and 8. All right, we'll collect on the next one, hopefully. Dice out. Another 12. Midnight. Where are they when you really need them? 325. All right, 15 is going to pay 21. That is a collect. So I will say same bet. Going to color up right there. There's 5. Well, I do that so I don't knock them down over here, and then I end up knocking them down over here. And I said over here a couple of times. Anyway, over here, over here. All right, so 5. Okay, that was okay. So we'll press on the next one. Dice out. 538. That is point hit. We already have our 8 moved up. 15 is going, or 24 rather, is going to pay 28. What are we going to do? Let's take the 5 and 9 up by a nickel each, and then we'll just collect the rest. So that's $19 going back to the rack. 5 red for a quarter, and shooter number 2 is still going. Looking for a new point. There is a 415. 5 is marked already. There we go. We were not working the come out. The only thing working is the ATS at all times. We weren't playing our hard ways or our box numbers. You do have to declare that if you're going to be playing or working to come out. 8. 24 is going to, oh, sorry. Yeah, 24 is going to pay 28. So we'll just pay that in the green and white here. Running out of white. And we're going to same bet. So that's why I did it like that. And we'll swap out 5 for 5. Get a little white going back over there again. Dice out. Whoa, slung them up against the wall. 6, 4, 10. All right, we'll mark the 10. We are going to lose our hard 10. Hard 10 back, please. And off and running. Dice out. 6, 5, yo. Once again, man, those horn numbers are hitting this round for this shooter. Dice out. Oh, I was just about to say, man, we need that 9. But there comes the 7. All right, so we'll take all this down and get set up for me. I'm gonna be shooter number 3. All right, take all this back down. All right, and we'll leave that out there. We'll buy in right now. There's our nickel for our ATS 212. I'm the shooter, so I'll put a $15 pass line bet. And yeah, all right, dice are coming out. I think that's all I'm going to do right now. Yeah, dice out. 3, 1, 4. All right, we'll mark the 4. 4 is going to be our point. And let's go ahead and pick up odds. I'll do one-time odds. All right, so that's $15 back. And let's see. We'll do 66. There's 76. Well, yeah, 76. So I'll get 10 and change. Put that there. 76 or 66 actually. I just paid 76 and got 10 and change. So we'll get all these covered. So we'll be 66 and then 5 on our ATS. So it's 71, and then we have 30 down there. So we're in for 101 right now on me. On me. It's all on me. All right, dice out. All Oh, I forgot to get my hard 4, hard 10. We're going to do that right now. There is a 6-5, yo, 11. All right, I'm going to get change. There's a nickel for 5 singles. Give me hard 4, hard 10, please. And dice are out. And there's a 7. Why? Because it's key. Although I have had a little bit of luck the last couple of times. All right, we may have to go into defense mode. We seem to have bled a little money there. ATS, do we want to do that? I mean, we can. No. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just, we lost it, so I'm going to take it down. All right, so shooter number 4. Like I said, we're going to do a little, let's do the Arnold from the don't. Get a change. There is, and this really isn't a defense type play, but it'll slow things down a little bit. All right, so we have 15 on the don't pass. Dice out. We're on shooter number 4. And wouldn't you know it? All right, so 527, we're going to lose that. We'll throw out another 15 to get our don't pass back. Of course, if I was playing the pass line, I wouldn't hit that 7, would I? Dice out. And we're going to do it back to back. It was so fun the first time. There is a quarter, and I'll get $10 in change, just so I can keep my $15 up there. I'm trying to do this to stop the bleeding. It is starting to gush, and we are 3 7s in a row. All right, we are on a slot machine. Triple 7s. There is $15. So we've just wasted $45 trying to play the don't pass. 314. You hear the disgust in my voice? All right, there is a 4. That is the point. We were going to do the Arnold. Let's get some red here real quick. There is 50, so there's 5 and 5. So that is probably not what I should have done. I'm going to keep that out there. All right, I'm going to get my quarter back for that one. All right, and then because you have to play 4 times on the DC. So it's 1 time here, 4 times here, and then 2 come bets after that. At a single minimum table bet. So 60 on the DC, and dice are out. There is a hard 8. All right, that's going to travel up to the 8. Not the best number to have our DC on, but we will take it. This is not odds. I'm just kind of offsetting it so you can see that. And then now $15 on a come bet. And when you know it, 628. So we're going to lose that, because that's the cool thing to do. This will move up to the 8, and I need to get change. So there's 100, there's 75, and 100. Actually, I'm going to break one more of those quarters down. There's another 5 there. All right, so there is 100 for a change. That is mine. Why am I putting that back? All right. So now I'm not going to ladder up, but I'm going to go ahead and play the DC again because I am a glutton for punishment. Nice out. 314. Point hit. That's another awesome way to take my money. You hit the point, you lose your don't pass bet. So this session is actually showing you all the ways to lose your money, all the different ways you can lose your money. Did you sign up for that? I didn't. But we're getting that lesson anyway. There's a 6-5, yo. We're going to lose that. Surprise. So there is another $15. We are down more than half. That's ridiculous. And there we go again. So they got us with the 7s last time. Now they're getting us with the 11s. There's 100. I'm going to get 85 back. There's 50. 75 and 85. So that 15 out of that 100 was for the don't pass once again. All right. Dice are out. Still looking for a point. No. Let's get a 437. All right. So this is working at all times. So we actually win there. So we're going to get 60 for that. We're going to lose the don't pass. And a 7. We also lose the come bet. So we lost all that there, but we did get the 60 back here. So that was okay. That was the Arnold. Now I'm going to switch over to one that I've recently seen, and I may do a whole video on it. but it is the 30-15 split or something like that, or the 15-30. Waylon's Way with Alicia. Look for something called the 15-30 split or the 30-15 split. You wait for a point to be set. Dice are coming out. I think we may be on me, but anyway, I don't know. There's a 6-5 yo 11. No help, no harm. Again with the 7. No help, no harm. Another 7. Yeah, we should be playing Crappy's cold table strategy. There's a 5-1-6. All right. So the way this works is you throw out 60. There's 30 and 30 on your 6 and 8, and then 15 on your DC. Seems kind of odd, but watch what happens if it'll work the way that it's supposed to work. Anyway, anytime you hit the 6 and 8, you pay yourself out and you take them down. And then you wait for the DC to settle out, dice out. So again, it could be a little bit of a slow grind, but see right here, it's going to work for us. So 6 is the point. That is point hit. This will travel up here. We'll get paid 35 on that. Dealer take my 6 and 8 down, and that will go back to the rack. And then now we have to let that resolve. Dice are out. So there's a 5-1-6, and we're going to lose that. So that resolved itself. Now we can either put our money back out and play again, or keep throwing until we get a 7 to let this shooter 7 out. I'll do a couple of throws just to see. There's a 6-2-8 and a 6-5 yo. Okay, now I can come back out because it's almost like a different shooter. Another 60 or 30 each on the 6 and 8, $15 on the DC. Dice out. 3-1-4. All right, so this will travel to the 4, and we're looking for a 6 or 8. Dice out. There's an 8. All right, so 30 pays 35. Dealer take my 6 and 8 down. And then now we just let that 4 resolve. So we're looking for a 7 now would be nice. There's a 5-1-6. So that is point hit. This is still working at all times. There's a 6-4-10. That'll be our new point. And we're looking for a 7. A 7 would be nice. 5-3-8. There's a hard 10. So now we're going to just hit all the points that we can. It's always a streak of something, isn't it? Nice out. There's 3 craps. No good. Doesn't hurt. There's 3 craps back to back. Might as well get a repeater. There's a 6-4-10. And a 6-2-8. I'll kind of go through this fast. Just we need to roll this out. There's a 12 midnight. And a hard 8. And we're going to get all the numbers that we need when we have chips out there. There is 2 craps. And there is a 5-2-7. So, all right. Point off. This will come down and get paid. And that resolves that shooter. Or not, yeah, that shooter. So we got a little bit of money back. Not quite to where we started out with, but we can continue to play this. It is just a little bit of a chip away now. Chip it away now. Isn't that how it should go? So let's do it one more time. I am fine with that. There's a 6-4-10. 10 is going to be our point. We're going to throw out $60. Dealer set me up $30 on the 6 and 8. What is so difficult about putting 4 chips out? All right, and then $15 on the DC. All right, dice are coming out. There's a 5-1-6. All right, this will travel to the 6. We're going to get paid on the 6. $35. Dealer take my 6 and 8 down. And there we go. Now we roll this out, let it resolve. There's a hard 4. I'll go through it a little quick here. 3-2-5. 12 midnight. 5-1-6. Okay, so we're going to lose that. All right, so now again, we can set back up like it was a new shooter because our puck is still on, or we can throw a couple of times and see if it'll resolve itself with a 7. There's a 6-2-8. Of course, it won't now. And there's a 6. I would have hit both. Well, I would only hit one because we take down, right? I'll go ahead and put it back out. All right, 60 each. I'm sorry, 30 each. And then 15 on the DC. All right, dice out. And there's that 7. There's that 7. Gotcha. Oh, no. I'm putting that back over there. I guess that was wishful thinking. All right. One more time with that. Where are we at? 25 minutes. We're good. We'll get another shooter in. This is the last of the series. Might as well leave it all out on the field. That's out. Looking for a point. There is a ace deuce, 3 craps. There's a 6-5 yo. See a horn, bet a horn. That's the prop bets I should be playing, right? There is a 4-1-5. 5 is going to be our point, and out with 60 bucks. 30 each on the 6 and 8, please. And then 15 on the DC. There we go. Dice are coming out. Whoa, got to hit that back wall, not the front wall. 5, 4, 9. That'll travel to the 9. Dice out. He didn't play odds or anything like that either. Waylon rarely does. There's a 6-5 yo, at least from the videos that I've watched. And then there is a hard 4. Where was that when we were playing these over here? There is a aces, a spot, and a dot. The least amount of spots we got. There's 6-5 yo 11. No help, no harm. 12 midnight. So that is what, 3 horn numbers in a row? Put it all on the horn. Dice out. 5, 2, 6. There we go. All right. 30 is going to pay 35. Dealer, take my 6 and 8 down. I'm just in there making the chips clack, and that's it. All right. Dice out. Now we've got to let this resolve. There's back to the horn numbers, aces. And a 6-1-7. There we go. All right. So that is going to come down and get paid. And that is probably, yeah, we're not back to where we started out with. Do we go one more time? Where are we at? 26 minutes, 27 minutes. Let's go one more. One more time. All right. Dice are coming out. Looking for a point. 5, 2, 7. Not looking for that kind of point. I was only the shooter once. Should I be the shooter again? 6-5 yo. Of course, unless you count the don't pass. There's a 2x4 6. That'll be our point, and out with the 60 bucks. 30 each on the 6 and 8, please. And 15 on the DC. You might want to stand on the end of the table where the DC is. Otherwise, you're announcing to the table, hey, I'm playing the dark side. But you're still rooting for the shooter because you're playing the light side too. Nice out. There we go. 2x4 6. 6 is our point. That is hit. This will travel up here. 30 pays 35. Dealer, take my 6 and 8 down to the Paradise City. All right, and then see if we can resolve this. There's a 6-5 yo. No help, no harm. Aces, again, all these horn numbers. For grins, I should put a horn bet up. 6-5 yo. Let's get out of this set of yos or set of horn numbers. 5, 3, 8. All right, so 8 will be our point. And then we got to see if we can resolve this. 6, 4, 10. And a 6-1-7. There we go. All right, so that does resolve itself. Oh, I pay myself with my own money. You don't do that. There we go. All right, so that pays. And filling up our rack a little bit, but mostly with red. We needed green and black. We had to dip into our black chips. That goes off. And one more time. Again. If you say one more time, like Steph and Dan on Pass Line say, if you say one more, that means 2 more, right? Right, Steph and Dan? See if the dice can be in my favor on this last shooter. There is a 6-5 yo. Go check out Steph and Dan's channel, Pass Line, or Pass Line Gamblers. I think their channel name is just Pass Line. There is a hard 4. I should know. I mean, I watch all their videos. And then now we throw out our money. 60. I was thinking of Steph and Dan again. They're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, so they're a lot closer than I am. If you have not checked out their channel, go check them out. They do both home table strategies, and then they'll take the strategy out to the casino and play it there on Bubble Craps. So they're getting some live casino footage in there, and I'm going to eventually, if I can ever get out of the house and get to a casino. But the nearest one is 3 hours away. Not bad, but you got to have money too. I don't have money right now to play around with. There's a 3 craps. Okay, we win right there. Awesome. So we win on that DC. $15. that you went on the 2, 3, push on the 12. And there's a 6, 2, 8. So, all right, we're doing okay here. That's going to travel to the 8. The 30 is going to pay 35. Dealer, take my 6 and 8 down. So I guess we don't have to make a video on this strategy now. We're getting a pretty good look at it here at the end of this video. It's Waylon's Way with Alicia, the 30-15 or the 15-30. I'll put it down in the description below. There's a 3-1-4. That is point hit. There's a 6-3-9. That's going to be our new point. We're trying to resolve this here with a 7. Or, unfortunately, an 8. We'll lose that. Okay, now again, we can treat that as a new shooter, or we can just try to resolve it out. And maybe end the video on this. There's a 5-4-9. Oh, that was our point, of course. Now a 4-1-5. And hit the back wall shooter. There's a hard 6. What I'm looking for. I'm looking for a 7. There's a 4-1-5. Okay. All right, let's get another point. And there we go. There's hard 6. I'm going to go ahead and be a fool probably and put more money out. There's 15 on the DC, 30 each on the 6 and 8. And let's see if we can't do it one more time. One more time. I don't know why I'm getting into music like that. I mean, I've always got lyrics in my head. 3-1-4. This is going to travel to the 4. And just certain things trigger them. And there's, look at that. Look at that. All right. So we're going to lose this, of course. But we'll catch that little bit of money back there. So let's go ahead and just end it there. And we'll color up here. I believe we're going to be into the negative. We should be okay as far as the series goes because we started out with 400 back on session 1 or series 1 or whatever. The first video in this 3-video series, let's say it like that. All right, so we got a bunch here, so let's go ahead and color that up. There's 50, 75, and 100. So we do get 1 black chip back at least. We might get a couple more. Okay, that's it on the red. And we got 4 green and 4 green. There is 2 more black chips. And yes, all right, we're ahead for the series, but we're down from our last video, which again, at the beginning of this video, there's 500. I'll finish that thought in just a minute. There's 520, 521. At the beginning of this video, I said, honestly, you should walk away when we started out with 676, because we went from 400 to 218 up to 676 on that second video. So that was quite a big turnaround, and that was the time to walk. But I wanted to put one more video in the series. I did say that we were going to do that. So here we are, and we lost, what, 676 down to 521, 155, I think. But again, we're ahead for 521 again. We're ahead $121 for the entire series. So not bad. We're still up. You can hold your head high. I was about to stack all that back up. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you got ideas for another maybe series of 2, 3, 4, 5 Mondays in a row that you want us to run out, which I don't know that I'd go to 5. I think 3 is kind of max. Unless we're doing just awesomely well, then yeah, just kind of made that word up. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. You can email us right here, crapstx@gmail.com. I do respond, and I don't bite. What else? Oh, check out our partners, pokerchipmania.com right there, and gripmats.etsy.com. Small businesses, go support them and thank them for supporting our channel. All right, and then links for both are in the description below. There's more links down there and ways to support the channel. Another way to support it doesn't cost you a thing. Hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you have not yet. Hit that bell for notifications, and you'll be notified when the next video comes out. So that was the From 400 to Building a Bankroll series, 3-video series. Yep, mouthful and 3 days full. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. This is CrapsTX. Logo says it right there. We had a lot of fun. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.